Hello, welcome to the amazing Jack stream where we're going to be playing some Stanley Parable 2. Yeah, Stanley Parable 2, I unlocked it, let's go! I don't really know how you unlock the Stanley Parable 2 to be honest. But yeah, we're playing this game. I played it a while ago, I don't even think I streamed it. But this is just Jack doing a stream and we're joined by the presence of Daniel. Ghost, because Daniel's been in the PS party for
This is the story.
how long's he been in this party for? How long's this PS party?
Building where he was
23 hours and 23 minutes, and Daniel just hasn't left the party due to probably a network problem or something. I do think this has happened before.
Orders came to him
but yeah.
a monitor on his desk, telling him
hey,
what buttons to push, to push them,
hey,
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
That's fine.
Although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Yeah.
Stanley was happy.
Was he?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
What would he not forget?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Only an hour.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Did he? What happened to the donuts? Meeting today, figures and stuff. We have I Hate Mondays mug.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
I can't open it.
He had to make a decision. What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Hello,
eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now
with the presence of the ghost of one of my mates who's been in this PS party for almost 24 hours.
Here it comes.
Because of some glitch. Alright, so that wasn't really what we were supposed to do, was it? I just closed the door by accident.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, it's closed. Alright, so we have an office here. I Hate Monday.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That's disgusting. Why is this computer on? Okay, I've just turned it off.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance the story in any way.
He's not happy with this. Right, let's just continue. Meeting today.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Alright, so... Can't go in there. Up. This is my input. Good die! Why is this computer interactable, and what did I click to actually make it work? Bro, what's going on? Why am I just crouching? Is that... I don't even know if that's possible. I'm just playing before the computers here, guys. We're in no rush, are we? I hate Mondays.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Aye. Hello? This is like a horror game. Why has it got really ominous and mysterious? Trust the Right. We will be awarding those for finding him. There's some conspiracies going on. Oh. Broom closet.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good job, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons.
Because it insults me.
Than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
What?
That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That
No.
your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Could I, like, steal from this closet? Well, I'm off.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What happens when we go downstairs? We go upstairs. Jack, with his bucket, goes upstairs. And we enter. What? Why is there a panda with a gun being pointed to it, man? Okay, we found a lift. Which way do we go? Do. Nice. What is somebody whispering to me? I'm in a lift with a bucket. Bucket. Do you get what song it is, guys? This lift's going quite high, isn't it? Can we, why is it going so high? When's this going to stop? How high are we going? How high is this? The exact same room. Are we actually moving? guess we've got a bucket and we're in a lift. Or as the Americans call it, elevator. I reckon, guys, I should become a voice actor now. I'll become a world famous voice actor. I'll be the voice for someone, something. My acting journey contains me being like a background character in the final episode of The Amazing Digital Circus. Then we end up being a voice actor for like another like series, but a bit more important. Then we become a voice actor for something where we are one of the main side characters, and then we become one of the main characters, and then we finally end up in the official Jack movie. This isn't going anywhere, I'm being had off. What a waste of my life.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Yeah,
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
Water.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
Oh.
Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
There we go.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, then it was. What a glitch, damn. I got caught like the one thing of darkness. Alright, we're going down.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
There.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
What was with the Johnny Test whip sound effect?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I've done that like 50 times.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Valve.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Aye. What happens if I die? Let's go back. What happens if I go back and then go back and this just get more annoyed? I use security. I've done the end about 50 times. I'm sure when I played I'd done the speed for ending, so you know, I know what happens. I think you probably know what happened. And I'm curious if you get annoyed when I turn around and then go back. How long was this hallway, man? I mean, that's how long it was. I regret going back now.
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for.
Now we go back.
Nope. It's death for Stanley and the bucket.
He seems so upset. What happened to it? Oh. Then I've messed that up, haven't I?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Where's the ability to jump hard?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
It's a very emotional bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
How do I, can I just chuck the bucket? Why, how is that not the simplified controls for it?
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I can't trust you in a race, then, can I?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
What's all this for? It's quite depressing. We've been missing a lot of MC friends recently.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
There's a lot of missing MC friends at the
Was it
moment.
over?
It's kinda sad.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live.
What's going to happen? It feels like it's going to be a sad end.
The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned.
What
but
a
it was
terrible
one they
idea.
lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No.
No. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Well, that wasn't a happy ending. I didn't know that happened. I just thought you escaped.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's get the book.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Yeah,
yes,
probably.
Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
I like this film. That's all your gaming lore, guys.
Truly, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
What happens to the door?
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Alright, how do I get out of this situation? Where have I gone? I don't like this. What? I don't like this whatsoever, to be honest.
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track.
Would this not be tape number 295?
Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
That's not coming from the machine anymore.
Sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense.
Wait, why is this evidence?
There's no explanation for
Why is
it.
this evidence?
I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
What do you mean?
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my
Bro, what's going on?
But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What's happening? Do I die? I'm dead. Sick.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
What
mean?
could that mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chin. This was
It's
not
just
the
not good
correct way to
defense.
the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah.
And here it
Place
was.
where I
Had
wanna
the bucket
be, I
turned out to
just
be
don't
correct?
get
Was there?
it.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
You ready?
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No!
No.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Let's get the cargo list buckets.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or
What?
how this bucket was speaking to him. It
Hola.
should have alarmed him, of
Hello.
course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley
You
chose
good?
not to think about
Yeah,
this
I'm
obvious
just, you know.
fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had
I don't even know if I have my
and
mic
he
on or not,
unthinkingly
but
did whatever the
Aye,
bucket asked.
you've
we'll
been,
just go with the flow.
this party's officially 24
No,
hours long
stop.
because you.
Look there on the wall. You see, there's a
Yeah,
sign right there.
I know,
that
it's
says,
just
"No
there, I looked at the
buckets
party and
past
it was
this
like
point."
mad long.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know
Play
what
this
is
later.
a bucket
Why
and what
not? I thought
isn't
of
a
it.
bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your
I've just
behavior
tried that
at
in the
this
griddle,
point,
you know,
which,
Jack.
if that's
Most
true,
sweet
well,
thing
my
ever.
goodness,
What
I
is
think
it?
we have to do something about it.
It's like
This
2
must
pancakes as a sausage and egg
dire
McMuffin, but
consequences on
so instead of the
entire rest of
like
the
muffin,
game
you
if
get
not addressed
pancakes
quickly
instead.
and properly.
Right.
So much of the
It doesn't
impact of the
sound
story
like-
is
Oh,
dependent on your
Sound-
understanding
It was
Sounds
so
like
sweet.
is and isn't a bucket.
It has syrup in the middle of the pancakes though,
Stop in here for a moment.
and a lot of it, so
Right,
you tell it was made by Americans.
I am a real American. What? Daniel, please
Think
join
I'm-
my share screen. I don't even know what I'm playing. Like, this game is insane. Is
Now
this?
then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing
Is
you
this a
is
bucket? Yeah!
Simple enough.
Is that a bucket?
This
Yeah!
should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is.
You're gonna be playing a
or
game
is
show,
not
Bucket or
a
Cake?
bucket.
No, what's?
Item one. Is this a bucket?
Ooh, I
That's not a
wonder.
bucket, not a bucket.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket.
Oh, we did get it. Alright, what's the next object?
Item two. Is this a bucket?
I think that might be, you know. What's with the really suspenseful music?
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual
It's not a fair test. This is all because of child to parkour.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
This is the worst game show ever, man.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
That is a bucket.
Yeah.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
I don't appreciate being insulted.
Is this a bucket?
Well,
Back, that is a bucket. That is a bucket.
yeah, it's a trick question.
Correct.
Yeah!
This is a bucket.
Anything's a bucket if it contains water.
What's coming up now?
Item 6.
So, this is not a bucket.
Aye.
Trick question. Both. Got
What do you mean,
Trick
bro?
question. It was a trick question. It was a hologram over an actual bucket.
Item. Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
I think you're older.
I think I am. Could have
Let's
walked.
give you the like ticket.
Okay. You and I
Bruh.
both know there isn't anything.
Oh, you
here.
actually have to go
And I
find it.
appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket. We both
There's meant to be no bucket beyond the
is
fruit.
something, and therefore nothing
did
could
say
possibly
that
be
before.
something. Unless in your twisted
wanted
mind,
you to put your book on with the
somehow
way about, we need
convinced
to
yourself
test
that a bucket is nothing.
Now you can't walk off the
Honestly,
stage,
Stanley,
you.
do Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
I'm being lectured because of you.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere
What
moments
is a
ago, I
bucket?
could
What
answer
isn't a
questions
bucket?
with confidence.
Oh, these deep
Now I'm
quotes.
somewhat adrift.
What does it
Do
mean
any
to
of
be
us
a
know
bucket?
what a bucket is? Am
Means you
I
fucking
a
contain
bucket?
water, mate.
Stanley,
You
I
are-
can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I
The
ever
new
had.
promo is dog.
I'm
Not
afraid the
promo.
bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that.
What
I'm
is it?
sorry.
No, I
I'm
can't
going to
think of it.
erase all buckets from the game
What
entirely.
promo?
Okay.
On FIFA, I mean, like the cards.
I don't know. I haven't even played the game.
No, I know what it is. I mean, like, what do we call it when new cards
What
come out?
happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait.
Brian grabbed them there, took good.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel
How
much
long's
more
this
at
part
ease
been
right
going
now.
there?
It's delightful to get
24
some clarity on
hours.
that issue, but it doesn't change the
Very
fact
few hours,
we haven't
53
got a
minutes.
game. So,
Cameron said apparently I have been in this party for 12 hours, yet I turned my PS off yesterday.
Okay?
You have been in this party for 24 hours.
Bucket. But if you run into
I don't know
anyone else,
how.
maybe don't mention
Yeah, no,
that.
it just said you
Who
couldn't
knows
connect.
what that information might do to a person?
Yeah, I turned my
Here we go.
PS off.
Well,
The way
Daniel,
like I left my PS on.
we learned that me and you aren't buckets, and the narrator isn't.
I think I am a
Stanley
bucket
knew
though.
the office
I do
man
contain
like the back
water
of
if you
his
think
hand.
about it.
It was only a matter of time before he found
I'll
the
bring
others.
the bucket with
Stanley
us.
picked up the bucket and smiled.
Yeah, yeah.
He'd
Bucket
never be
strip club.
alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
That would be a
Clutched
good
the bucket tightly to his... This
bucket
was
strip
not the
club.
correct way to
All the
meeting room.
birds just wear
But
buckets on the
Stanley had
tits.
felt the bucket calling
What?
to him, telling him that the employee
You heard
lounge
me.
was simply the
I
place to be.
did, but I
And
don't
here
really
it was.
believe it.
Had the bucket turned out to be
I know.
correct? Was
Bit
there
of fun.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Alright,
Stanley
let's see
took
what
the
happens
door
if
on
I
his
just stay on the
left to go
conveyor belt,
back
because
to the
I've done
meeting
some
room.
parkour to make it stop, please.
No,
So just stay on the conveyor belt.
don't go to the meeting
Stay
room.
on the
Go
conveyor belt.
somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
You
Now
found a
ride
way
the
to
lift
get
all the way to
around
the
into
top.
this.
There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley didn't
Play two,
question why
play
or
two,
how this bucket was
play one,
speaking to
win.
him.
Win one,
Should
play
have
two.
alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
The narrator gets so upset when you stop doing what you're supposed to do.
In here.
But if you're thinking
Go into
about
this
it,
dark room over
don't
here.
do what you're supposed to do.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
This really looks a bit
You was thinking
ominous.
about it, this just means I'm better than Cameron because I've been in a party for 24 hours.
This room seems a bit ominous, to be honest.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Why is it a sad
Once upon a
story?
time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could swim.
Why is the bucket on the couch? Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
This is sad.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press up D-pad to take me home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket.
Don't hate to
his
say it,
stupid
that's how
hunting
much
metal.
there was. But,
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
they're doing bucket
From now
missions.
on, he's just going to cling to this
Well, currently
bucket,
to the
this
rates is
cold,
like
empty
comment on the
bucket,
sad
this
story called
sort of
Stanley.
shiny bucket.
You
Well, I'll give
bastards.
it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Wake him. That bucket be with you
Yes, I
forever.
suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say?
I'll take the blue lodge.
More capable of
Yeah, the
transporting liquid.
bucket. The bucket.
Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to
I'd
another.
rather get a blue. Give us a chance.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no, I'm having feelings. The bucket. No, no. What's going on?
Why is the
would it
reason
want
I'm
to be with
feelings
the
to the bucket
Hear what the
now?
bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I
Bro,
don't
what's
understand.
happening?
Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes.
What's happening,
What to
man?
do in this troublesome situation.
This is some really weird stuff now. I'm starting to feel this isn't just a bucket anymore.
Ah, it is.
Give
Don't
me
question the
bucket.
buckets.
Give it
I've
to me.
entered the
Give me
bedroom,
bucket,
it's just
Stanley.
candles
I
all
need
around.
it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Why is the workplace changed?
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
So he feels off-wise different.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meet, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Adrenaline, man.
Okay, that photo looks like I'm gonna get molested.
Hello.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the
I don't
possibility
know.
of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired.
I don't know
for that.
why it's
And
still
in
here,
such a
because we both
competitive
left the
economy,
party.
why
Well, I never
take
left,
that
I
risk?
just turned off my PS and it
Because
just
he
kept me on for
believed
some
everyone
reason.
had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe he thought.
Well,
to
I got it to
himself,
like 42
maybe
hours.
I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
Yeah, I can we could get it 72 hours, guys.
Usually the
Just someone
bucket was a source of
sacrifices and
guidance
leaves the
and wisdom
PS on.
for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar
Yeah.
reassurance and comfort. And that
Nah, just get
Stanley
Max 3,
realized,
there's no life anyway.
this isn't my bucket.
Yeah, but he wouldn't.
It's just a
acknowledge it.
normal, everyday bucket.
Okay,
Someone
we'll leave
else's
just for the
bucket,
fun of it.
perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground,
Cameron,
Bastards.
there's
He exclaimed. Without my
wait,
bucket,
Daniel,
I've
there's a
gone
few new
truly
collabs
mad.
apparently
Where
coming
is it?
to Overwatch.
I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard.
New collabs? Is there a hog collab?
Stanley!
There's gonna be a
Stanley, it's me,
my spy
the
or whatever
bucket.
it's called.
Could it truly be? He
Spy
was fast
family.
from room to room, passing
Oh,
by
Spy-
one bucket
Spy
after
X
the
family.
next. None
Yeah,
of them were
apparently
his.
that.
None of them were his
a
special
Naruto
bucket.
one.
Come to me, Stanley.
How are they going to do Spy X Family? Because the main
He had
character's
to
like
find the
3
bucket.
years
He
old.
had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly
So
restore
they're going to have
sanity
add the
and
character who's
insanity.
really short or make it Diva.
He knew where the voice of the
But yeah,
bucket
apparently
had been
they're adding
coming from.
tons of. It's
The
been
real
like
bucket was
they've done like
inside of
a
him
forums
all
of
along.
what collabs are to
It
come
was
supposedly,
incredibly painful.
and if that
Stanley
was weird, the
doubled
fact
over
is that
in
the
agony
Powerpuff
and
Girls is
blacked out.
also rumored to get a collab on My Little Pony, which are even more hard.
Nah, I can see My Little Pony and Powerpuff Girls, just
This is
a
the story
3-year-old
of a
main
woman named
character.
Mariella.
Bit mad. Like Powerpuff Girls, should make them like
Mariella woke
Ember
up on a day
also.
like any other.
make
She
a
rose,
female Ember.
dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and
Just change the colour for each one because he gets flies anyway. So
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by
or
a
make it like a
young man
Macy
who had
skin.
stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was.
Oh look,
This man,
that
no
brush.
bucket. Of course, he'd gone mad.
Finishing an Evo that I started a while ago, so
all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a
Yeah.
video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't
Thursday.
realise he'd
I was meant to be
forgotten
on
to
Friday,
get
I
it
was about to go someone my shift.
How cruel the world
How
can be,
generous.
Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and
Yes.
total clarity on everything.
What
Yes,
made you
for
think
herself.
that question?
My life kicks ass, and she backflipped all
You
It
just
isn't even a
casually asked,
question.
am I a predator?
It isn't even a question, lads. it's all I wanted to be.
Cameron, please explain how that would make you a predator because of that. I mean, you collect wrestling figures as well. Oh.
They are correlated, you mean?
I thought you were saying that in the sense that it's like, it's a bad thing that you want one. Considering you've also done wrestling figures. Oh gosh, that hurt my throat.
Come on, 12 seconds to score a goal.
Was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes?
Where's
Days?
me bucket?
Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with
Get it in?
time from now on.
Where's
Yes,
the
come
bucket?
on.
Oh, there we go. Let's not take the bucket actually. Let's see
Get
what
in.
happens.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
For what?
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere
Is
they went
it?
together would be perfectly fine. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Why are you playing soldier?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do agree. Oh, bastard. Og's brilliant though. Oh, he's offside. Get it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
What
not an
a-
indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Is
Yes,
he
this is
alive
certainly
or
the
dead?
most logical explanation.
is he saying pass as it went into the net, by the way?
To be fair, you could just actually no, because Emery can't heal himself. Never mind, you need the self-heal on this one to support you.
You guys need to play with me or Jack on ranks for support, because you guys should.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the
I
large door
don't.
that read Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was...
Well, no, it's
Yeah,
just
but like...
the ranks for them.
Stanley and the bucket...
Yeah, it's just because you had the rank.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket
Okay, don't think you'll say that one, mate.
turn around and get back on
Don't think you have the pass.
At this point, Stanley and the
I
bucket
don't think the
were
pass
narrowly
is the
walking
honest.
into a very
Nah, it is.
painful death for each of them.
Do you want me to go and phone KSI and ask did you ever make the pass?
Nah, to be fair, I could see it. I've actually gave words for sure. Yeah. I don't think he needs it, he just said it just for the love of the game. That is. You have multiple
As
times.
the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out.
Someone made me a proper
To be
shit
sure,
strawberry
it
lemonade,
puts
you know.
the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought.
I don't like hot
And he
drinks.
sort of kicked
I mean, I
himself
didn't
for
feel like
wasting so
Coke.
much time
So-
carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Yeah, why not? Pair it with the sweetest item on the menu as well.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
It all
In a
seems
single
done by
visceral
one player.
instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
If you brutally rape a little
It was
girl,
a shame,
the
the
bad.
death of
If
such a
your mic is on,
magnificent
Daniel, you are in a lot of
It's true that
trouble,
all
yeah.
buckets are radiant in their own way, but
I
this
hope
one
it's
stood
not, but I
above
hear
them.
this.
It was a glorious bucket to behold.
I mean, at the memorial for the life of this bucket after it died.
Nah, it is a booker.
Maybe you are, Symmetra.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a
And
bucket
you are.
like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him?
Hope your
Can you
mic's on
see that
camera.
The bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life.
Cameron, now that you mentioned it, we are like the cast of that game on PS Parties. We just clock on to what's the worst in the current moment being said and not like everything that's being said at the current moment.
No, thank you. I'm not gay.
You watch anime?
Different story, Jack. Different story.
That's inherently worse.
It's really not.
Daniel, you watch My Ex-Spy is about a 3-year-old
No,
girl.
I don't watch it. I don't watch it. I knew what it was because what you said.
You watch romance anime, Daniel? You watch romance anime?
Romance anime is one of the best genres.
Gay! Gay, 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 gay,
No.
gay, gay, gay. Who watches romances by themselves?
About half the population.
I don't. Who watch?
Yeah, half.
You don't watch. Even then, action anime is weird because every man's drawn without 50 different muscles on his body at the same time. So
Nah, to
either-
be fair, no. To be fair, there are some action animes that don't have naked men in them. Yeah. Just want to specify that point.
I've way inherently anime's much worse because it's either muscular men screaming and moaning at each other.
Jack, you
or
haven't
it's
watched Prison School.
What? No man can
Basically,
own a bucket.
it's just about
Certainly not a bucket as
a
dazzling
prison
to
where a
behold
bunch
as
of
this
lads
one.
are, and
It
it's
is
just
man who should kneel before
rape
the bucket.
porn. But like women. Yeah, I know who you thought. Ah, the purple bunny.
He is a cool guy, you know.
I mean,
There is something we can do.
I don't
Something
like
we
the
can
show,
do
mate.
together, you and
never
I,
watched
that
it.
will right this terrible wrong.
Just no.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game.
I can.
Don't give him another
Like, you
opportunity
deny
to rise with
anime,
another
but you don't watch
bucket.
anime.
We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements.
You've tried watching 2 animes.
If only we let
And one of them you liked.
together, the bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
You're acting like you have a job. You don't. Yeah, and my 2 days a week is just sitting in a classroom for like 7 hours straight, instead of sitting on your phone.
That he would never leave it again in his life.
Yeah, for college, you're in sixth form, you sit on your phone for half the day.
Chill out, it's only a game.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the
If you
door.
get molested by Pear Blackie, so...
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley
How
had
do
felt
we
the
know?
bucket calling to him.
How do we know? It was never actually
was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
See, live or
Good
dead.
Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this
Bro,
place
what's
interesting.
going on?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
Why am I
The
being
bucket
judged for my
isn't even
bucket?
from the original
Why is there a
Stanley
massive
Parable.
JPEG
It's
as a
just
baby
sequel
on my screen?
content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Oh.
We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Let's follow the adventure line, guys.
Whee! Look at that wacky line.
I like how every time he says line, it's got TM next to it and
trademark.
trademarked.
Well.
This is happy music. Da 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 da.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all
Adventure.
those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then.
Where was that all? Where was the original game? When did the game have the line Stanley was a drink that took the drugs and strippers? I don't remember pairing that in the first gameplay.
Yeah. In Yuan.
What the? Yeah.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a
What
brand
brand
new...
How
new?
that affects you.
This is the Bucket
The
Destroyer.
bucket destroyer. I don't want to destroy the bucket.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the
Ah, you
Stanley
can't
Parable.
destroy the
True,
bucket, come
it
on, Jack.
also was not in the original game, but
I'll
it's such
die
a
with the
well-fleshed
bucket.
out character with so much personality that to
no
me
point in
it
living if
already
you can't have
feels
the
as though
bucket.
it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Consistency.
And now he's saying that
Can you
it's
guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
No, I can't guess
Surely
what the
you don't
bucket
need me to
destroyer
spell it
does.
out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will
What?
do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows.
I don't think it was.
Its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that it's designed...
You can't even drop the bucket even if I'm curious what happens.
Complexity and nuance, that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
What Bucket Destroyer merchandise?
The Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now.
Let me kill the Bucket. I don't want to upset the Bucket Destroyer. Trademark.
Characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
No, if the Bucket Destroyer blew up because it didn't destroy the bucket in anger. Throw him in hell? No, there's just...
Bucket Destroyer. My pride creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Rise it went to
For a
heaven.
moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
That was sad. Why is it just white? I'm about to be jump scared by the Bucket Destroyer. The Bucket Destroyer's dead, guys. This isn't my usual spawn room.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Ah, the embrace of an old friend. And with Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew...
Go on Overwatch, camera.
Was the bucket guiding him?
How you doing, yeah?
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
No.
Yeah, it's fine.
I miss the MC family.
Oh, did the MC die?
Yeah.
There's... Do I miss little Tiffany?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control.
You don't understand, Cameron.
You're not old enough.
You're not an MC friend, Cameron.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
Yep.
with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Sure, David,
Stanley
get
and
that.
the bucket both wondered to
I
themselves.
thought that's say that's your name. I was about to say, why are you trying to gloat that you changed your name to Master of 6-7?
Did you actually change your name to that?
Monitors jumped to life, and Stanley
Cameron, why
nearly
did you
dropped the
change your
bucket
name
in
to
shock.
Master of 6-7?
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen
Imagine
anything
it's
like
Max.
this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently.
Just Max in
reassuring
general,
him
or...?
Yeah,
everything
just
would be
Max.
fine. Was
You
the
want to
bucket
touch
under
Max,
the
you
mind
really?
control
That's bitch.
facility's influence as well? Had
Ah,
the bucket
fair.
been told
Yeah,
to do
the
things
key part
it
that
didn't
is
wish
that he
to do?
referred to in past
What
tense.
kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not
Not
want to do
future.
in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's
Past, present, future.
No! He screamed
Daniel,
at the
Cameron,
bucket.
why are you so
He
upset
couldn't accept
today?
it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the
Just
bucket
quite
tighter.
aggressive for no
His
reason.
one friend in the
Cody
entire
Rhodes has
world.
just invited me
At
to
this
Overwatch,
point,
apparently.
He could trust no one except
You gonna join
the
up?
bucket.
No. I need to figure out this secret.
I thought you stopped rolling, not you?
The heart
I
of
said
the
'cause I'm trying to
operation,
figure out the
controls
secret
labeled with
ending.
emotions, happy, or sad, or content.
Like, Cody Rhodes has been nice
Eating,
enough to
working,
offer you
all
the
of it
dream.
monitored and commanded from
Yeah,
this very
but I
place.
invite by all
And
the
as the cold
celebrities now.
reality of his past
Because I'm an
began
MC
to sink in,
friend.
Stanley decided that
Unfortunately, that's
but at
just...
the last second, the bucket jumped
Graham
in and pressed the
Harrison's an
button
MC
to turn
friend or
on the
not?
controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Seagulls?
Birds. Silly birds. The control buttons became active
Fence.
again.
Flamingos? Seagulls?
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds.
Anything that's not Porsche.
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life had taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Kill him.
Kinda sound like a younger you.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why not have a single Yardy skin? Wow.
You don't play that much to have any Yardy skins, to be fair. Kill him.
You gotta respect it, respect the ground.
Oh.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Because you have a profile picture. Is she?
You have a wife?
Hey guys, thank you for watching the stream.